Yeah, sun cream was being applied there a couple of shots ago, which is good to see. And Tim mentioned, you can see there the wind that was on the flags at the top of the stadium. We've got 4 gaps around the bowl here that is allowing wind to come in at the start and at the 200-metre start as well. And it does swirl a little bit here in Alexander Stadium.
The athletes getting ready for the second of the 3 heats. We may as well call them semi-finals. As Tim was mentioning with the first, it's only the top 2. Tapper and Charlton will be the favourites in this one. Tapper goes in 3, a small, explosive athlete. She's brilliant to watch. And so too is Devon Charlton, the Bahamian, who, thanks to her lightning quick start at the World Indoors, got herself a silver there. And she made the World Championship final. She had a national record in that semi-final that Tim was talking about with 12.46. So the quality here coming from the Caribbean island. But the times to watch, Fury of South Africa with that 13.04 from the first of the semi-finals, with Mars of Northern Ireland just a shade outside that incredible 50-year-old national record from Mary Peters. She ran 13.37. So an opportunity for 1 or 2 of these other women here, if indeed it is the Caribbean island nation athletes who take the 2 automatic spots. And there is Devon Charlton, 26 years of age now, 7th eventually in the final in Eugene, but a world indoor silver. And she got out the blocks beautifully in Belgrade. What a great start to a wonderful year of athletics that was in Serbia. Feels like it was a lifetime ago now, back in March. And there's Tapper, Pan American bronze, Olympic bronze, 7th in this final back in 2018, but she's a much better athlete than she was 4 years ago. And there's Mucci, 2nd from the left, the Australian Oceanian champion, former heptathlete, getting herself primed and pumped for this second semi-final. And it's likely to be a windy mark again. Here's the official confirmation of the lineup for the second heat. Top 2 advancing to the final in 2 days' time. Tapper in 3 and Charlton in 5 will be the favourites to take the automatic spots. Wind reading in the first of the heats was 2.5. Feels like it might be even breezier now. Athletes preparing for their introduction.
In lane number 2, a lifetime best of 13.
Well, Heather Payton representing Scotland, but she's a Birchfield Harrier. Massage therapist getting a great reception from the crowd, and the president of Birchfield Harriers, who's sitting alongside me and will no doubt chip in when the race is finished. And Megan Tapper, the Pan American bronze medalist 3 years ago, the Olympic bronze medalist, a small, compact, very fast, technically proficient hurdler. Watch for her in the early stages. Jyothi Yadeji of India, PB in a national record this year. I wonder if she could use this inspirational setting to duck under 13 seconds for the first time. Now to Devon Charlton, joint favourite for this one. That 12.46 PB and national record coming in the semis in Eugene. World indoor silver back in March. Celeste Mucci, the Oceanian champion, just off the podium on the Gold Coast in the heptathlon. And now deciding to fully focus on the sprint hurdles. 22 years of age, she's a young emerging talent. The Australian commentators in front of us getting very excited about her chances of making the final. And Noor Zaini, I remember watching her get a bronze in the SEA Games, the Southeast Asian Games, the sweltering conditions of Kuala Lumpur back in 2017. Big moment for her. She'll need a big PB to get in the shake-up for the final. Patton of Scotland in 2. We're not using lane 1. Tapper will be 2nd from the right, but in lane 3. The Jamaican. Yaraji of India in 4. Charlton, Bahamas in 5. Mucci, Australia 6. And Zaini of Singapore nearest the camera in 7. There's Tapper. She's in lane 3, but she'll be 2nd from the right-hand side with lane 1 not being used. Tapper in the yellow, Charlton in the turquoise. The 2 athletes from Jamaica and the Bahamas expected to take the automatic spots. But you never know. That's why we love watching live sport. You can't always predict. Well, Charlton, just as she did in the World Indoors, has got a great start, but Tapper now coming through, and Mucci running well for Australia in 3rd. Charlton just beginning to come back to Tapper, but it's Tapper who takes it. 12.67. Once again, agonisingly close to Bridget Foster-Hilton's games record. It was +2 metres on the nose, so it would have counted as a games record. Excellent running by the two Caribbean islanders. Just waiting for Mucci's confirmed time. I reckon she would have just been around about 13 seconds, maybe a shade under. Yep, 12.96. So Mucci of Australia is in pole position for one of the non-automatic spots, and in so doing with 12.96, good on her, she's equalled her PB.
Yeah, good running that in the second heat. Megan Tapper with that 12.68 heat win. Again, looking very, very good. As Rob said, the two favourites in this were Tapper and Charlton. Tapper going third in the semi-finals at those World Championships when she ran her PB of 12.52. Talked about the super times at those World Championships. There was also carnage in the early rounds as well. A couple of Americans not making it through. It really was a drama-filled event at those World Championships a couple of weeks ago. But Tapper there on the dip, just beating the athlete that finished 7th at those World Championships. Smaller in stature, has to raise her hips just a little bit to get over the barriers, but compact, fast, a little clip. But athletes are being sensible here, Rob, because they've got a couple of days before the final, so they're full out. This is their one opportunity to get the body going, get a good time on the clock, and that was a good run by the Jamaican.
Certainly was. Megan Tapper, the Olympic bronze medalist, with an excellent piece of qualification, 12.68, safely through to the final, along with the world indoor silver medalist, Devon Charlton. Celeste Mucci equalling her PB. Looks like she's got a great